Hey, brand builder, Rory Vaden here. Thank you so much for taking the time to check out this interview. As always, it's our honor to provide it to you for free. And wanted to let you know there's no big sales pitch or anything coming at the end. However, if you are someone who is looking to build and monetize your personal brand, we would love to talk to you and get to know you a little bit and hear about some of your dreams and visions and share with you a little bit about what we're up to see if we might be a fit. So if you're interested in a free strategy call with someone from our team, we would love to hear from you. You can do that at brandbuildersgroup.com/podcall, brandbuildersgroup.com/podcall. We hope to talk to you soon.
Hey, y'all. I just had one of the most insightful and enlightening conversations about what it means to be an emotionally healthy adult. And I need that. Like, I really need that. And it was like such a really great conversation about, as adults, do we make time and space to feel the feelings that we have, and then to actually sit down and talk about, where did those feelings come from? Are they true? Are they not true? And what do we do about these? And how are these feelings causing success or problems in our lives? Or, and some of these, it's like, how are they affecting our relationships, or how are they causing havoc in our relationships, because we don't even realize what they are. And so as a part of this conversation, the question came up, what is imposter syndrome? And how do you know if you have it? Right. So I thought this was really good, because a part of being around tons of people who are creating content and building businesses and doing things that are exceptionally important to their lives, and they believe in them deeply, that also comes with some insecurity, right? Because the more willing that you are to put yourself out there, and the more vulnerable you are to negative commentary, which can cause problems on your mental well-being, your state of emotional health. It just doesn't feel good to go, hey, that sucks. You suck. I don't like that. Though nobody likes that. So what do we do about it? And so I love this conversation. They said that imposter syndrome is simply believing that you're a fraud, that you are ill-equipped to do the job or task at hand. Although, right, and this isn't a part of any formal definition, although you have the necessary expertise, experience, credentials to do exactly what you're doing. You are capable of doing it, but you have feelings of like, I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't know enough. I don't have enough experience. I don't have enough time. Whatever it is, it's, you allow yourself to believe that you're a fraud, even when you're not. And so we talked about, well, where does that come from? Where do these feelings come from? And then how do we overcome them? And a huge part of it is just recognizing your own limiting beliefs of, what are the things that I actually believe to be true that are not true? They are not true. And so I'm just going to pause for a second, introspection moment here, and go, what do you tell yourself? What do you allow yourself to believe about yourself that is blatantly not true? Just going to sit in this awkward silence for just a minute. What lie do you believe about yourself that maybe you're not even aware of? That's a limiting belief. And through this conversation, I shared that over the last several weeks that I have really been struggling with, like, am I capable of doing the job at hand that I have as CEO and co-founder of Brand Builders Group? Am I capable of doing that and being a great mom to 2 toddlers, and being a good wife to my husband, and being a good friend, and dedicating enough time to the Lord as I walk in my Christian faith? And does that leave any time for me? It's like, can I do the job and not work 80 hours a week? And where does that leave me? Because the truth is, I've been struggling with that. I had a recent emergency surgery, and I have not been able to get back to my normal work pace, which has caused my workload to grow and grow and grow, and my time is less and less. And it makes me feel like I'm not equipped to do the job. It makes me feel like I'm incapable. Somehow I'm different than I was 6 weeks ago, or something has changed in me that doesn't have it in me anymore. And I had not really paused and taken the time to go, where is this coming from? And what lies am I saying? What lies am I believing? And I think a part of this conversation really comes down to, it's like, do you even recognize the lies that you believe? Do you even recognize that you have limiting beliefs that you say to yourself and you literally speak out into the world without even realizing it is a limiting belief? It is a lie that you have allowed yourself to believe, and it is holding you back. And I think awareness, consciousness of this is the first step of overcoming these limiting beliefs, which ultimately can result in imposter syndrome, right? It's like, I'm sitting here as the CEO of Brand Builders Group. I'm going like, am I an imposter? Like, am I equipped for this? Like, can I do this? Deep down knowing I was built for this. I've been training and working my whole life for this. Like, everything leading up to this is God preparing me to do the work that he has for me, and also knowing that I'm not doing this alone. God is working through this, and I have an amazing husband and a partner and a staff and a team and coaches and mentors. I am not doing this on my own. So where's this nonsense coming from? And here's what I can just tell you in my own journey through this conversation, and not just one conversation. But I have literally said out loud, I don't know, 100 times over the last 6 weeks, I just don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. That is my limiting belief. And until I took a moment to have a conversation about what was going on, I did not even realize that I was literally suffering from imposter syndrome, allowing myself to believe I'm a fraud, that I'm incapable of doing something that I'm fully capable of doing, while simultaneously allowing and even repeating it out loud, a limiting belief, speaking it into the world, letting it control my life and my thoughts, and feeling more ill-equipped every single time I say it. I don't have enough time. That's not true. I have the exact same amount of time that I did 6 weeks ago prior to the surgery. How I'm using that time may be different, but I have the exact same amount of time. That is a lie. And I've got to call it what it is. It's a lie. It's not true. I'm in a season, a short season in the scheme of things, of reallocating time to different areas of my life that need it more than others. And I have allowed myself to feel guilty and shameful about that, and have tried to work harder and longer, thus more exhausting myself because of it. And that's what we do, and we don't believe in ourselves, right? We work, we try to do our way into being better, to being more worthy, more valuable, more important, and we just can't work ourselves into that, because you already are. Right? There's nothing that you can do to make yourself more valuable than you already are. I am just as worthy and just as valuable if I work 80 hours a week or 8 hours a week or 0. That is my doing is not what makes me worthy. My doing is not what makes me valuable. Who I am is what makes me worthy. Who I am is what makes me valuable. And who I am has nothing to do about the hours and the minutes in my day. It has everything to do with, do I believe it for myself? Do I believe in myself? And do I believe that God has a plan, that he is working on me and through me to do that? And do I believe in him? Y'all, this is like a life-changing conversation. And so maybe this podcast interview that I did with Michelle Chalfant was really just for me. And the interesting thing, and I didn't tell her this, but I'll tell everyone else who's listening, I almost canceled it today because I have a sick baby at home and I'm so behind, and I'm like, I just need to postpone it. I just need to reschedule. I don't have time for this, but I didn't. I don't know why, but I didn't. Mainly because I'm looking at my calendar going, where am I going to move this to? And I am so glad that sometimes the things that we need the most are the things that we don't give ourselves the permission to do. which is to take an hour and have a conversation about what it means to be an emotionally healthy adult, to feel the feelings that you have, to recognize what is true and what is not, and then to speak truth to the lie, which is what I got to do on my own podcast interview with Michelle. And now what I'm telling you about. So here's my encouragement. Here's the gist of this particular short recap. Take a moment right now and allow yourself to feel the feeling, recognize what is true, recognize what is a lie, and then speak truth into the lie. And for me, I have the time. The time has not changed. That's a lie. I am capable. I am prepared. I am called to it. And I just needed to write that down, to say it out loud, and then to speak actual factual evidence into proof that somehow the 24 hours in a day did not change over the last 6 weeks. There was 24 hours then, there's 24 hours now. That's not new and different. I have the same team, the same staff. Everything else is the same. But my feeling about it has changed. And that's what I can control. That's what I can own. That's what I can write down. I can think about it. I can speak truth to it. I can write down the evidence to it. I can make a plan and I can move forward. We can all do that, but it takes time and it takes space and it takes desire and intention. What it doesn't take is you vegging out and going, I don't want to talk about it. I'm just so tired. I'm going to get a glass of wine. I'm going to pop on the TV and I'm going to watch a show. How about instead of doing that, we take these 5 minutes and we go, what is true? What is a lie? And what is factual evidence of truth in my life when it comes to this certain thing? So I hope right now you'll just give yourself 5 minutes. Anything that is calling your attention will be there in 5 minutes. But give yourself 5 minutes right now to go, what is a limiting belief in my life that I'm allowing to wreak havoc on my belief in myself, in my relationships, and everything around me? And start making a change about it right now, because it really could only be 5 minutes. Awareness is the first step. So take 5 minutes and see where it gets you. We'll see you next time.